Today on the channel, 'tis the season for news videos, and here we go, celebrating Wrestlemania weekend once again with the Mattel Gallery recap for all the new WWE Mattel items hitting stores summer 2026 and fall 2026.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WrestleMania weekend reveals video. This time the reveals coming to us from Mattel Creations forums, as we did get the gallery shots of a lot of stuff we saw WrestleMania weekend in, of course, the WrestleMania world where Mattel was set up camp for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, whatever time is, whatever days is. But we saw a lot of images, of course, in the glass cases, but now we're seeing them in on card examples, and Mattel is showing off things we're going to see this summer and this fall of 2026. And we're just going to go through them. I'm going to give some of my thoughts, some of the things that we've found out from different interviews with Steve, Bill, and all the points in between. Don't forget Magic and Colton, all the other guys out there. So we're going to cover that. We're going to go through it. We're going to go line by line, and we're going to talk about it. That's what we do around these parts. So let's start it off, and we go to Mattel Creations Summer 2026 releases. Looks like we got From the Vault Series 9 for ringside, Best of WWE Retros to ringside. We got Knuckle Crunchers Series 11, Walmart exclusive Fright Zone ring, WWE Elite Collection 126 for everywhere, Masters Universe Wave 9 coming to Walmart. I wouldn't be shocked to see those in the next couple of months, which I guess is summertime. So, man, coming quick to us. Saturday night's main event, Elite Wave 1 coming to Walmart. Saturday night's main event is a Walmart exclusive if you missed that along the way. Hall of Fame, Shawn Michaels coming to WWE Shop. I really like the idea of a WWE Shop exclusive a couple times a year. I think that's fun. Fanny Pack Rock coming to Walmart. So if you couldn't get it like me, WrestleMania weekend, hopefully you could track one down at your local Walmart. LJN Superstars, Target, Walmart Canada, Series 3, up for pre-order right now at Target, going in and out. My Target app kept glitching, so I don't even know if my wife got them or not. Future problem for future Kyle. That's what that'll be, I guess. Ultimate Edition PLE SummerSlam Cody Rhodes, up for Amazon pre-order right now. Coliseum Collection Demolition, coming to ringside. Retros, ringside. Bash at the Beach, Elite 3-pack, Walmart Smiths, WWE Main Event Championship Wave 2, coming in the future. And then we got the fall releases, the the Target exclusive Ultimate Edition Warrior, PLE Survivor Series set, Top Picks Wave 4, Main Event Wave 4, Hall of Champions 4-pack coming to Target in the fall, Legends Series 32 coming to Target, that's the Dory Funk set, and then we got Legends Greatest Hits coming to Target in 2026. So be interested to see what we see from that WWE Legends Elite Greatest Hits 2026. I don't know. That must be the Bret Hart wave? Is that what that's going to be? I don't know if I've heard anybody officially say that yet. But let's dive through it. Let's go through. We're going to scroll through. We're going to give my opinions on these things. We do got the 4-pack, the Hall of Champions 4-pack, celebrating the Intercontinental title. As we said before on this channel, it's hard to say who is the Intercontinental Champions that should be in here. And now, Macho Man, for example, he can't be in here. He doesn't have a contract. But who should be here? Who shouldn't? To me, Pat Patterson makes sense. First time in the single line outside of his Stooge persona, which was a 2-in-1. But we do get that with the first Intercontinental title belt. That makes a lot of sense to me. Honky Tonk Man, the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time, makes a lot of sense to me. Yes, I would have liked to see an Ultimate Warrior, but Honky makes more sense in this position. Then it gets a little dicey with CM Punk. I'm not against CM Punk, but it feels like they really fast-forwarded pretty hard over the Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon era. I kind of would have liked to seen one of them, but that being said, we get a lot of those figures of those guys, but at the same time, we get a lot of CM Punks as well. But this is a way to get a throwback Legends Punk in the mix. So I don't know. It just depends what you think of that one. And then they end it with Dirty Dominic Mysterio, a current Intercontinental Champion. I've said it before, and I'll say it probably when we unbox it. Really feel like that should have been Gunther's spot there. It had a nice yin and yang, especially with the honky tonk man, Pat Patterson. And when it goes down in history, he's going to be a big part of that story. Feels like they missed opportunity. Dominic, he is the Intercontinental Champion, but hasn't done anything to really make himself one of these guys for me personally. I don't know. To each their own there. But going to be a fun pack. I love a good box set, so we'll wait and see that one in the future. We got that WrestleMania Rock, Fanny Pack Rock. Very cool to get this one. And Bill McKenna said he's been working on this for like 8 years, and they finally found a home for it. I think that is a lot of fun. I like the 2-in-1 nature of this. I think I'm going to pick up 2 of these, even though he only wore the bald-headed one for like one photo shoot. Well, and at the same time, I guess the other one was a photo shoot too. So yin and yang of The Rock in his career. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one at the beginning of The Rock career, one at the end. There's my bookmarks to The Rock's career. But that's fun. I love stuff like this. I hope it leads to like Bret Hart in the Canadian tuxedo in front of the mountains. I would love to see stuff like that. Can we get that King Kong Bundy from like the Macintosh ad back in the day? I'm trying to think of other famous things. Andre the Giant with some honeycomb. Could we get some of those off the beaten path things that are a little bit out there? I would love to see that. We'll see what happens there. But that is a fun exclusive, and that's where it belongs as an exclusive. Hopefully it's easy to get at Walmart. You guys know, I wasn't at WrestleMania, so I couldn't pick one of these up. We'll see where it goes from there. Amazon, the exclusive Ultimate Cody. At first when we saw this, I wasn't sure where it was going. It's part of the PLE series. Is what it is. I would have rather had somebody besides Cody personally. We've had so much Cody. Makes our head spin in a lot of ways. But it's cool for what it is. It's always nice to get that mask back out there. You got to get the most out of your molds on that one. I just don't think that one's going to set the world on fire as far as PLEs go, because we do get so much Cody, but it's cool for what it is. Bash at the Beach 3-pack, sign me up all day long. I really felt like when there was the anniversary, was that a year or 2 years ago? I really thought this was going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It just felt like it was gearing up for that, and whatever reason, it didn't happen. But now we get it coming to Walmart and Smith's. Wouldn't be shocked to see this a little bit earlier as well. But a very cool one where we found out who the third man was. A big selling point for this, to me, there's 2 things. I think the packaging is absolutely phenomenal on this. I love the packaging. Yep, AJ Styles phenomenal. That's right, Todd McFarlane. We watched the Hall of Fame late the other night. It was quite the night, Todd. But I do love the packaging on this one. I think it is very cool. And I love that it's the yin and yang from the old Walmart exclusive back in the day so now you can have the 6-man tag. I think that's going to be fun. I think that's going to make that set shoot up in value, especially without Macho Man anymore. I think that'll be one that you might want to look if you're investing in toys. If you got that, I would sit on that for a while. You could sell that on eBay, probably make a fortune when this Bash at the Beach comes out, because people are going to want to have it next to them. You know how it goes. We know what people are up to. And I also love the trash on this one. And you know we're going to get this trash in the future. I hope they don't go the Jakks route, though, and say, look at this all this trash and popcorn and drinks. Let's give them to the Bushwhackers. I can just see it. It writes itself. But you know we'll get that used again. It'll be interesting to see where that goes in the future. Could we get the concession stand brawl? Could we get that maybe in the future? Probably not. But I do like the looks of it. I think that is a very, very fun pack. Can't wait to unbox that on the channel. And one of the biggest surprises coming out of WrestleMania weekend was the Target exclusive back half of the year Ultimate Edition Ultimate Warrior. I didn't think they'd go back to Ultimate Warrior, but man, I'm here for it. I'm never turning down an Ultimate Warrior figure. I honestly believe maybe we would have saw Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the fall. I have to think that's coming unless he is no longer part of a Legends deal. Not sure on that either. But I do like this Ultimate Warrior. I know good brother Johnny Utah did say the shirt doesn't go with it. It's not the end of the world to me. I like that it's extra value. Use it how you want to. Use it with this. Don't use it with this. This is one I'll probably pick up 2 versions of. One without, one with. And I love that it is the homage, Todd McFarlane, to one, of course, Hasbro Series 2 Ultimate Warrior. Can we get it with the poop nose, too? Can we get that on this one? Make it yourself, maybe? I don't know. But I love this. You get that classic Intercontinental title. You get the extra hands. A lot of reuse in this one, though, as we do know. But fun nonetheless. I'm here for that. And then we get Shawn Michaels. Feel like we've been here before, but that's the story of the Vault line, as we know. You do get the ladder with him. You do get the Intercontinental title belt. I'm thinking about it if I get this, and I got to find out. And some Eagle Eye viewer, maybe you'll know better than I. Is this a direct re-release? If there's no changes at all from the last time we got this with Razor, I believe it was. There's no upgrades, nothing different. I don't think I need this in my collection, but if there is a hair of difference, I will pick it up. And if I have to pick it up, I'd probably display him without glasses, without the vest, in wrestling gear. Use different hands for him as well. Make it as different as I possibly can. The John Cena that I was really confused about, if you remember the video from a couple days, I was looking, I don't see this in my John Cena. I forgot I got a whole thing of John Cena figures for when we did that countdown at the end of last year. And this is part of that Walmart 3-pack, which feels too soon for this one to me. Is what it is, but is it different? I'm guessing it's not very different if we just literally got it less than 6 months ago. Pretty wild as far as that's concerned. There's a lot of other John Cenas I think could have fit the bill better than this. Go back early days of the Elite line. That would have been better than this. Is what it is. One I'm very excited for, but also disappointed at the same time. I'm here for the Rocker Shawn Michaels figures. I think that's a great idea. I absolutely love it. I love that he comes with, the Rocker shirt that we haven't seen before. It's getting the most out of our molds with a twist, updated, all that kind of fun stuff. Would have loved to see those Rocker glasses with this one. That would have been a fun one to make it a little bit different. But it's just a little sad because obviously we do not have Marty Jannetty to match this one. And once again, I think we'll see the rise in price of Marty Jannetty heads. Now, some people have used Jakks ones, which do work. And obviously there was the infancy days of Marty Jannetty in the Mattel line. I think for this point, most have been used for customs with the old Retrofest Shawn Michaels. And that's the last time we got Rockers figures. But man, it is cool, but it just feels so unfinished to me. I hope somehow they can get Marty Jannetty. And if they do get Marty Jannetty, let's make as many figures as we can, as fast as we can. But you never know what might happen. He's a wild card. He's a wild man, as we know. Love the packaging on these, obviously legend style packaging. And there's so much meat on the bone for the Rockers, the Midnight Rockers, living after midnight like a young Rob Halford. We're here for all of them. We'll see where that goes there. And then I don't know, my gallery may be different than yours, but it's all jumbled all over the place. So we go from that legend Shawn Michaels to Booker T. Another guy, I'm here for all the Booker T figures. Always enjoyed Booker T. I think there's a lot of meat on the bone, and I don't think Mattel's got as deep into Booker T as I would have assumed they would have by now. And they're changing that here with a Ruthless Aggression style Booker T from back in the day. We're here for that. Looking good. One I'm extremely excited about as well, Undertaker in the Godfather pants, his own pants, whatever the story may be. But those snakeskin pants, talk about a wild ride for the dead man. But man, I'm here for it. I love deep stuff like this. This is really, really fun. It's wild. I think if I had to do a top 10 Elite figures of the year, this might even be on it. That's how much I like it. It's so off the beaten path. It's such a deep cut. I absolutely love stuff like that. Then we get Cody Rhodes back in the greatest hits top picks, or the top picks more like it. We've seen this one before. Jey Uso as well. We've seen this one before. I couldn't remember. I'm pretty sure I've seen these, and I didn't realize it was that recent, like just a couple series ago in the regular Elite line. Once again, they're going to get the most out of their molds. But man, if I'm Mattel, make this different. Put a different color Yeet shirt on. Put a different head in the pack with the same body. You got enough Jey Uso heads, make them different. Same thing with Cody Rhodes. Then it would force somebody like me to buy these. So as of right now, it looks like I can pass on both of those. I'm here for saving $50 or whatever it ends up being. But we got the greatest hits, or I keep saying greatest hits, top picks coming back at us. And then we're diving into another Elite line here, Elite 126, which have to imagine we're going to see these very, very soon, especially with the in-package images. That usually means it's right around the corner. I really do like this Roman. Roman, a lot of same old with Roman over the years, let's be honest. But this one from WrestleMania with the white looks really good in the boots, then the white gauntlets on the hands. I'm here for that. Something different. That's what we need. Makes that Roman feel a little bit more special. Now we dive back to Survivor Series. Like I said, we're doing this kamikaze style. That's, you just keep us guessing. That's right, Todd McFarlane. But we got the Survivor Series Jey Uso. Looks like Chicago Bulls gear. Chicago Bulls gear. He almost looks like a young John Paxson is what it reminds me of. The other day I was thinking Bill Cartwright. I think I'm going John Paxson on this one. But it does look good. I do like this one. And once again, I really like the Survivor Series packaging. I think it really does pop. So kudos to that packaging department over there at Mattel. Build-A-Figure Michael Cole, a little strange in the body proportions, a little bit big in the body, a little less neck than I would like in a figure, is what it is though. But it does look good. I am happy to get more Michael Cole figures in my collection. Then we go to top picks, Logan Paul, nothing to really say about that. Same thing with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. We see them all the time. These are direct re-releases of former ones we've had already, so nothing too special there. We go back to Mattel Elite 126 for Roxanne Perez. Going to be great for our Judgment Day shelf. We had her NXT version. Now we got her WWE version. Pretty cool to see that. I wouldn't be I wouldn't bet against, that's what I'll say, against a Raquel figure. I can see her coming very soon to kind of go along with this one as well. First time in the line, definitely won't be last time in the line. Javon Evans getting his first ever figure and jumping straight to the elite line. He feels like a guy they would have put like in the basic line or the main event line first. We see that a ton of times. We just recently saw it with Sol Ruca, but Javon Evans, apparently they think enough of. He's jumping straight to the elite line, but he will get a main event sooner rather than later. Grande Americano, I'm a big fan of that. I thought that was a fun gimmick. It's interesting where they're at with that now, really heating up at AAA. I'm here for this figure. I guess it is a first time in the line. It says it on the package. So shout out to that one there. Looking pretty good. And then we got Big Jim. Yep, Big Jim Uso. Looking very good. Trying to keep up with his brother. Impossible at this point. He's way behind. But we do got a new Jimmy Uso. Looking interesting. Penta. Got to get the most out of her molds. We know how that goes. But Penta looks pretty good. I really like him in red. I like all the different colors. Give me all shades of the rainbow for Penta. I'm in. I'm not a tough sell on that one there. And now we look at that ring from the Masters of WWE Universe. The Fright Zone ring, of course, comes with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash as Too Bad. Make them Too Bad, make them singular. I really want to get two of these so I can display all the looks. It's a problem in my brain, obviously. A lot of reuse from the previous rings, as we know. We do get the effect piece on the ring post. You remember seeing those with Kane defining moments once upon a time. Now they're in blue. So a lot of reuse in this set here. A lot of reuse, which makes sense. That is the name of the game, and it's been a while since we've had Masters WWE Universe, so a lot of people may be missing out on those rings. Now they got an opportunity to get the Fright Zone ring. Nothing on it, though, screams Fright Zone to me, though. It just really seems like a recoloring of the previous ones, which I guess that's the best we're going to get at this point here. And then did somebody say Cape Season? I heard it, and we're rocking it with Shawn Michaels in his Bo cosplay. Of all the people from the Masters universe, he wanted to be Bo. He wanted to be Bo. Couldn't even grow a mustache for it like Bo did, but he does got a little cape action here. The orange and blue attack. Pretty darn cool, though. Shawn Michaels in the line here. Did we get Shawn in the Masters WWE Universe before? It's been so long, I can't even remember. Maybe they never gave him. I know we got him in Superstars. I'd have to go back and look, but that does look interesting. Bray Wyatt here, an interesting one as well. Of course, he's Prince Adam, and I guess He-Man is the Fiend? Maybe, but Bray Wyatt is an interesting piece of business here. Is this the same Prince Adam we've saw with a different head? I guess we'll compare it when the time comes. Hopefully it's something different, but if I'm Mattel, it's the same body, same everything. You just pop a head on there, you're in business. I could see that being something. I like the translucent lantern as well. He does come with a mace and an axe and extra hands, so a lot of bells and whistles with him. And then we saw Hollywood Hordak. I guess that's what he's going to be. Would look really good paired up with the Macho Man version from back in the day. I think that would be a fun one to put those together. So that's kind of a neat idea. I don't know. NWO Hogan. We did get the Hogan that came with the ring and the traditional yellow and red. That's a pricey figure as far as Masters WWE Universe goes. But that Hogan looks good. And then good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes, stepping up. A boyhood dream comes true. He collected He-Man figures just like I did once upon a time. And I guess I still do, Todd McFarlane, and Cody does as well, so I don't know what I'm saying. But Cody as Battle Armor He-Man, makes sense, him to be He-Man. Could have seen him as Prince Adam, too. But you do get a new title belt with him, which is fun. Very cool. I'm sure Cody's going to really enjoy this here. So good-looking set, good-looking series. Now, I'm a little interested to note that it seems like the Superstars have really been put on the back burner. Nobody has said anything like that, but we could really tell that, hey, this was what they're pushing. Now, let's put that business hat on. As you guys know, when I was at Mattel Revealed a month ago, whatever, I did ask Steve. I said, boy, it would have been great to have Masters WWE Universe around this time. And he just said, yeah, we were ahead of the curve, which they were. Little did I know they were going to come back out a couple of weeks later. And obviously, Steve's not going to tell me things like that. But very interesting, but it makes business sense. You want to tie in, get some sales, extra sales from the movie. Makes sense. It's going to be a Masters of the Universe summer. I'm getting prepared already. We're going to have an onslaught of figures, and Mattel and WWE want to capitalize on that. So I could see, hey, let's skip a series of Superstars. Let's roll with this in its place. I'm not sure that's what they're doing, but it very well could be, as we know. The other thing is with Superstars, you know, here in the United States, I know over there in the UK, what is it, Wrestle Shop UK, you guys have had RVD, Hurricane, Hacksaw, Demolition, the Steiner Brothers for a while now. We have not seen those in the United States. They just have not hit. So I think there's a backup in distribution in the Walmart warehouses, unfortunately. And I also wonder if, hey, we had to pump the brakes, we being Mattel. Let's get those 2 series out there. If you guys are like me, the George Animal Steel Ultimate Warrior Wave just hit all the Walmarts again. So I think there's just a distribution problem through the Walmart system somewhere, and they're backed up on these. So I think, hey, we're going to dial it back on Superstars for a couple of months. We'll do these Masters WWE Universe. Gives time to catch up for Superstars to jump back into things. We'll see if that happens or not, but it does make some sense if you ask me. But I am here for the Masters WWE Superstars. I think it's a fun idea. I'm a He-Man kid. I was a wrestling kid. I like what they're doing there. And the collection continues, apparently. I thought I was done, but they bring me back. So I'm going to have to be a part of the Double Up Club to continue my collection. Loose, mint on card, unpunched. Always a challenge, as we know. A fun one, and one of the big surprises coming out of this weekend, the Saturday Night's Main Event line, Walmart exclusive. I like the simpleness of this one. They are Elite-style figures on a blister card. It almost reminds me of what Todd McFarlane from the couch has been doing with Ross lately. Those Ross DC Multiverse figures. It kind of feels like that. It's like a little bit dumbed down, a little bit cheaper price point, fingers crossed. But you look at like this Jey Uso figure, there's not a lot of bells and whistles here. There's an extra set of hands, there's a pair of sunglasses, and that is it. There's not a lot here. What's the price point going to be? Are we looking at a $20 price point? I would love it if it's $20, but I have a feeling it could be $24 or $27 like the other ones. I hope that's not the case. I hope this line sits somewhere between main events and elites, a little cheaper. I think that would be fun. We'll see where it goes, but I love the packaging on these. I think this would be a fun series to line them all up together as well. We'll see what happens though. We got CM Punk. There's no shortage of CM Punks, as we know. A little bit updated on the CM Punk in the tattoo department. And I like that they displayed him with the drug-free, letting everybody know drug-free's back for CM Punk. So we got that, and we do got a Saturday Night's Main Event chair. And then we got that old hillbilly, that good old country boy, Hillbilly Jim, extra set of hands, got the gold horseshoe chain. And then you got, of course, the hat, the patented hat for Hillbilly. Not a lot of bells and whistles either, but very fun to get Hillbilly Jim back out. Have to imagine we'll see some more Hillbilly Jims in the future. We'll get one with the shirt underneath. We got one in the Superstars line. We saw that. I bet you we'll get an older Hillbilly Jim where he was the manager of the Godwins. I could see that version as a future Build-A-Figure in the Legends line. We'll see where it goes with Hillbilly Jim, but I'm happy to see him back. Also have to imagine a Coliseum Collection Hillbilly Jim in the future. So if you love hillbillies, you're in good luck. You got good luck coming your way. Hulkster, you can't really think of Saturday Night's Main Event without the Hulkster. It's just a very plain version of the Hulkster here. From his Saturday Night's Main Event match against Cowboy Bob Orton. Yes, Ace Orton, Todd, picking up things from the couch. So we got him coming here, but it really looks like the Hulkster we've had already with the Saturday Night's Main Event shirt. Is that the difference for the most part? So I can see some people passing on this one, but it does look good. We did see the WWE Shop exclusive Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 21. Is it because it's 25th anniversary of that? I guess I just put that together. I was wondering, why are they doing this? Why this? But I don't know. Is it 25 years? I don't know what time it is. I can't even remember what year WrestleMania 21 was. Was WrestleMania 21 in 1972, Todd McFarlane? 71? Are you sure? We might have to fact check that. But I think it was 2000, wasn't it? So it's got to be around there. And I don't even, what WrestleMania are we in now? We're in WrestleMania Vegas, like 42? I'd have to do the math, and I'm not doing it. I'm not showing my work, get the toes and the hands out. But it does feel kind of weird. I don't know, maybe not. But I do like it when they celebrate performers like this. It kind of reminds me back to the old ringside, or nope, I'm going to walk that back. Profigures.com. If you're a real one in this game, you know all about the Pro Figures. Out of Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. They had the Classic Superstars, Deluxe Classic Superstars, Shawn Michaels once upon a time, that had a lot of those bells and whistles, had the Hall of Fame plaque, all that kind of fun stuff. An all-timer in the figure category. This Shawn Michaels looking pretty good. Pretty plain on this Shawn, though. You do get the Hall of Fame plaque. You get one set of hands and a kind of generic shirt. Is what it is. Vote with your wallet once again. Now, how about a little bit of Jelly Roll? Everybody loves, there's nothing I like better than on a hot summer day, I go get some lemonade. I go sit in the backyard. I get my dogs with me. I put on the speakers and I turn it up to 11 and I rock out with some Creator. That's what I do. But I'm sure somebody out there does something similar and they listen to some Jelly Roll. Oh, nothing better than a Jelly Roll on a Saturday afternoon. It sounds god-awful to me. I'm just not a Jelly Roll guy. His voice, his music does absolutely nothing for me. But kudos to those that like Jelly Roll. If you're a Jelly Roll fan and a wrestling fan, you're eating good. You're getting all the jelly rolls you can eat. Good for you guys here. I do not like him in this line at all. This is not for me. I understand it. The business has passed me by. This isn't for me. And I think if I'm Mattel, they're putting that business hat on. Well, we'll get the Kyles. He'll get it. And I will. I will get it. We're going to get the regular people, but we're going to get some publicity outside of our niche bubble of wrestling. We're going to get some of these people that love Jelly Roll, and they're going to buy just this figure. They're going to put it on their desk. It's extra sales, extra money. And then the other thing, it's a business at the end of the day. You got to remember that. What do you think happens when, I don't think Steve's the one that does it, but whoever it is for Mattel that calls on Target as a corporation, whoever goes and sits in that Minnesota office, what do you think happens when you sit down? Now, I've been in that Minnesota office. I have been there talking Oreos, things like that over the years. So I know how these things go. The guy that sits there as the buyer for toys, action figures, he's not necessarily a wrestling fan. Heck, he might not even be a toy fan. He could have just got moved over from the hand towel department or something over there as the buyer at Target. But guess what? He might not know wrestlers. That's why you see a lot of these Walmart Target exclusives. You see Hulk Hogan's. You see Stone Cold Steve Austin's. You see stuff like that because the buyers at those companies, Target, Walmart in this instance here, they understand this. They're like, oh, I know Stone Cold. Oh, that's great. If you said, I'm going to give you an exclusive Javon Evans, what do you think that 50-year-old guy sitting at that Target's going to say? What's a Javon Evans is what he's going to tell you. But one thing is they might be hip to the outside. They might be hip to some other things. And they might say, wait a minute, Jelly Roll in an action figure is a Target exclusive? That makes them get the warm and fuzzies. And that makes that buyer at Target, he gets up and tells his boss, you're never going to guess what I got. I got us a Jelly Roll exclusive. And they're like, oh, is it going to be in the frozen, the in-store bakery? No, Jelly Roll, the singer. So then it's like they can pound their chest a little bit at Target. That's what it's about. That's the selling process. They get Jelly Roll, and then, oh, baby, all of a sudden I slipped in some of these other things, but all they heard was Jelly Roll. That's business 101. That's selling, folks. And that's what's going on there, if you ask me. Jelly Roll getting all the colors under the Jelly Roll sun as well. Jake the Snake, the Roberts, and LJN. Once again, you know my position on this. Not a big fan of it. I hope, though, if they're doing this, and they are in the same mode as the old one, let's make it right-sized. I hope it's taller. I hope it's a bigger version of Jake Roberts. That was always a pain back in the day. Roddy Piper, same kind of thing. Basically straight-up re-release. I would have liked it if they just could move the arms. You know, he's displayed like this. Just move it. That's a little change. That shouldn't make any difference, but I'm complaining about the difference, so I guess it does. But is what it is. Once again, this isn't necessarily for me. Even though I buy it, even though I vote with my wallet and I purchase these things, I don't have a vote at the table, unfortunately. So it is what it is, Roddy Piper. I will say, playability-wise, not so great, but this Rock figure looks amazing. This looks to be one of the best LJN figures they have done so far, if you ask me. I love the looks of that Rock. Looks very, very good. Jelly Roll, though, is an interesting one. It'll be interesting if he sits on the pegs like Logan Paul. Now, in my area, there's no LJNs anywhere. I saw some at Christmas. I saw a random Logan Paul, but I have about 12 Target stores around me. I have never seen any LJNs. I travel to LA. I see 20 Dusty Rhodes on the shelf by my hotel. I go to Kansas City. Every single store has all of Series 1 hanging around. This was a couple of weeks ago. But my area, dead on LJN. So I don't know what's going on with that. Is what it is. Interesting to note, they put Jelly Roll in the one-man gang position. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that one. One I'm very excited for is the Coliseum Collection Demolition. Ringside exclusive. Save 10% with code Kyle. But man, $84 for those two. That's an expensive piece of business there. And I was looking at it more deeply in preparation for this. Yes, I prepared just a little bit for this. Just a little bit, Todd McFarlane. I honestly think I am going to buy 2 or 3 of these. I was thinking I was good with just one, but these extra head sculpts with, of course, that different face paint, I have to display them in the LJN face paint. It's going to be interesting. Once again, it's a slippery slope with this line, as now they've kind of went outside of the traditional LJN. What does that mean for the future? I guess we'll wait and see. But great to see Demolition rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling over there at ringside. How about a little retro talk here? Retro Great Muta playing a lot of hits for me. I'm here for it. It's got the Muta kick. What do they call that? The Buddha from Muta. That goes right up there with the Nikolai Kickalai. Of course, same body position. I love the idea of this Great Muta. The retros, a little less than from Mattel. They are kind of pigeonholed and stuck into kind of a certain body styles and stuff. They are different, I give them that, but they're not as fun as some of the other retro figures. But this Muta hits the fun scale very high. And man, can we get Terry Funk to join this Muta? That's what I really want. Hopefully it happens. Rhea Ripley makes sense once again. Dirty Dom makes sense once again. We'll get those two in that line. Those are ringside exclusives once again. And then Greatest Hit Retro Series 1. I don't know what to think about this. In one part, I think to myself, well, it's been 10 years since these figures were released. I believe, well, I was going to say the first series is a Walmart exclusive. So the John Cena and Kane, I believe Walmart exclusives. Diesel was not. I don't know. Re-releases with a little paint difference. I appreciate the paint differences to make them different. But at the same time, I don't know. But I can also understand them trying to get the most out of their molds, save some money. And these are heavy hitter characters that they want back out there. So the math does add up on those. Back to From the Vault, once again, Diamond Dallas Page. We're getting the Chase edition from the Walmart Running All Right Wars line. Once again, like a lot of these vaults, feels too soon. It's just too soon at this point. I don't know, is what it is. You do get that U.S. title belt, though, if you need another one of those. I'd have to look into it. It looks to be the exact same figure, so I might not need to pick this one up either. We got AJ Lee, which is an amazing figure, and now we get this unreleased version in this decor. Very cool to see that. I would love to see more stuff like this from the vault personally, but very cool that we're going to get that AJ Lee. WWE Champion Series is what it is. You got Damian Priest, Logan Paul, and The Rock all re-released. All have been out before, but now they got their title belts. Is what it is. Not too exciting there. But then we back over to the WWE Legends Series, Series 32, coming this fall. Hopefully sooner to Mattel Creations. We get Earthquake. Now, this is a new Earthquake. He's got a different singlet going on. I like that. I appreciate that. I hope they fix the scaling on this Earthquake because he's been all over the place. They need to figure out and settle in on something with Earthquake, but looks very good. Brian Pillman, I'm here for that. I was a Pillman guy back in the day. I was more of a flying Brian Pillman guy. Can we get the yellow dog? Can we get the yellow dog? Real ones know about the yellow dog. Would love to see that in the future as well. Love the Four Horsemen shirt. Would love to build out that era of the Horsemen with elites. We got Ric Flair. We got Pillman. I don't think we're going to get the rest. I just don't see that anytime soon. But you never know. Arnie Anderson could sign a Legends deal. I could see that happening in the future. But there's some other members I don't see happening. But you never know. You never know. The Hall of Pain is back with Mark Henry. We've seen this body style before. Always liked it for Mark Henry. But this one is extra special because he's rocking his striper colors. Always here for a little striper, as is Mark Henry. All will suffer after all. Love Yokozuna. He's got the big robe, the kimono over the top. Late in WWE run Yoko with the beard and the long braided hair. Feels different, looks different. You know I love that kind of stuff. Really a missed opportunity to get the Mr. Fuji as the Build-A-Figure with this set. I think that would have helped the set even more. Missed opportunity, but if they're going to miss an opportunity, you can't miss it better than this one. One of my absolute favorite things of the weekend, Dory Funk Jr. Did not see that one coming at all. I am here for Dory Funk Jr. I'm a Funk guy, of course, Terry being one of my favorites of all time, him and Warrior 1 and 2. So I respect the Dory Funk. A little bit before my time, not in my face as much as one Terry Funk, of course, but I love this. I want this to go with my Terry Funk, but I want an old school Terry Funk now. So I don't know. It would have been very cool if they would have gave us two heads, like an old school young Terry Funk head, and you could have just used the same body for both. That would have been extremely fun. But I am hoping somewhere along the way, we get an old school Terry Funk in just the trunks, cowboy hat, young face, clean shaven. We need that Terry Funk. But man, this Dory Funk playing a lot of hits for me. And then as I assume, and sometimes when you assume it goes the right way, looks like this holiday season, we'll call it, would probably be on shippers at Target. It is the greatest hits line for Mattel Legends. We've seen that every single year. Fun one right here. I love that we're getting the Heart Foundations. I said in another video, I was predicting this one for a while. I didn't predict it in the last year or so, but I'm happy to see this one coming. I love the era of the Heart Foundation. We're in the blue and black attack. So different, but so cool at the same time. I'm a big fan of that one. Can't wait to dive into that. Can't wait for more great Muta. They had me at face paint once upon a time. And did you guys see the Hall of Fame? Did you watch that, Todd? Oh, yeah, we sat on the couch and watched it together. I loved it when The Miz said, Demolition Road Warriors, they had me at face paint. The Miz and I, once again, we live a parallel life in a lot of ways. I think he might have more money than me. I think. Todd, check that once again. He's got quite the wife. Maurice, I mean, I tell you what, that would be if I had a hall pass. My wife could care less, but she would say, yeah, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. That's what she would say. But Maurice, top notch. Probably my favorite diva of all time. He loved the face paint. I told the story when I was back in college, when The Miz was in the real world. They were doing appearances at college. I used to look like The Miz. People used to always say, oh, you look like The Miz. Now I get AJ Styles. But it used to be The Miz back then. Everybody would say, oh, you look just like The Miz. And that weekend at the bar when The Miz was town, can you imagine how many people thought I was The Miz that weekend? I had a lot of fun that weekend, let me tell you. So anyways, he had me at face paint. Just like The Miz, he probably said the same thing as me. Great Muda all day long. I am here for this. That black looks amazing on him against that bright blue face paint. Chef's kiss. Jimmy the Mouth South Heart. I am here for this. Looking absolutely amazing. Absolutely love this one. I love that new old school Jimmy Hart head sculpt. Reminds me of his days in Memphis. Man, if we could get an Andy Kaufman to go along with this, ooh, that would be something. But very cool to go with the Hart Foundation. Just like Mr. Fuji could have went with Yokozuna. Is what it is there. And apparently that Shawn Michaels we talked about from Rockers, that is part of the Greatest Hits series. So that is pretty fun too. I don't know. I like this version of the Greatest Hits series a lot more than last year's version where we got some re-releases. This is a lot of new stuff here, so I am here for that. Love to see it. Love to see it. But now we dive back to Survivor Series for a throwback Randy Orton. I'm here for it. Randy Orton, a little plain, obviously, but I love these throwback ones. Reminds me of the Jakks Ruthless Aggression days. I like this one in the Survivor Series set. Besides that, that's it. We've done it. It was only about 40 minutes once again, but we got through all the reveals in the Mattel gallery here for WrestleMania weekend 2026. Very excited about a lot of this stuff. Some really fun stuff and stuff for everybody, but boy, you can tell they're really leaning into more legend stuff. And I think that comes down to, once again, following the money. They're doing more of that kind of stuff where the regular elite line is kind of really where you're only going to find your new talent, the main event one. And that makes sense, obviously, because you're not going to have new talent in a lot of these other lines. But I think Mattel clearly understands the Legend series, the Monday Night Wars series, and some of those things that have nostalgia tied to them are really moving the needle for them more and more each and every single year. And the new talent, while good, and there is crossover appeal, I think they're selling more Hulk Hogan's than Javon Evans. And I hate to pick on Javon Evans, but we just know that is a fact. And at the end of the day, we put our business hat on. We follow the money, Jesse Ventura style. And we're seeing it right here coming to fruition here at WrestleMania weekend. Now we look forward to, of course, San Diego Comic-Con. Cannot wait to see what is planned for that weekend. That should be a fun one. That's the granddaddy of them all in a lot of ways. We should see a lot of the stuff we saw here even more developed. We should see some things that were prototype stage at WrestleMania fully developed by San Diego Comic-Con. Have to imagine we'll see Royce Keys, Danhausen, Matt Cardona in some way, whether reveals, grayscale prototypes, who knows. Wouldn't be shocked to see Cardona in one of these Vault series. There's a lot of meat on the bone out there, so we're going to see where it all ends up going. But we'll be here on the channel keeping track of it all, so make sure you do subscribe. Be anxious to hear what your favorite reveal here was in this video. What can't you wait for? What is a day one purchase for you? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We even got more content for you on, of course, Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel and all the content it does bring. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, each and every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And my 2 wrestling books, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series, Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toymaker Series, both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So for another reveals from WrestleMania weekend, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we going to dance or are we going to play?
I walk 47 miles of barbed wire. Use a cobra snake for a nigga.